Hello and welcome to DVxUI. Today in this one, we are going to design this aviation hero section in Figma. So let's learn how. Well, before starting the actual designing process, we need to understand what is given on the screen. So over here you will find I have the pages, and under pages I have 3 pages, and then in the layers I have one layer which is named as resources. And if I double click on this grid icon, I will go to the resources frame, and in this resources frame all the resources are attached, which you can also find in the description and you can download it from there. But if you are wondering from where I got these images, let me tell you. So as far as this picture was concerned, I went to Pinterest and then I searched for war drones. Then I got these type of pictures, and among them I selected one. So as you can see, I have this picture as well over here. So this is also which I'm going to utilize in my design. And this sky picture is also taken from the Pinterest itself. And then what I did was, for this picture, I took a reference and put it in the AI and generated a high quality of this image, which you can also do. And then I downloaded this grid from the Google, and then over here we have the colors that we are going to use in the design. Well, this was it for the resources. Now let's move over here and take a rectangle and drop it over here. Let me make it large. So now as you can see, when I don't select this rectangle, nothing appears on this right panel. But when I select it, setting options have appeared over here, and these can be utilized to control the appearance of this rectangle. So in the fill color, the current color is D9. If I make it 00, which is a code for black, it will be black. So this is how the right panel works. You can also see the element name is written over here, and you have different menu options which we are going to use in the design. Now let's delete it and start the designing process. So to start the designing process, what we need to do is we need to get a frame. So for that frame, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a frame by pressing F on my keyboard, and when you do that, you will get this desktop, and when you open it, you will get this desktop, which is a frame, and you need to click it and this will be dropped on your canvas. Now since this is very small, we can zoom in to perfect. You just need to use a shortcut which is Shift and 2. And as you can see, all the shortcuts will be visible over here and you can see them and utilize in your Figma. So now since we have the frame over here, let's start putting the elements. So the very first phase of the designing is to prepare the background. So for the background, we need few things. First of all, this color is going to be white. So let's check. It is currently FF, basically 6 times F, which is a hex code for the white color. You can also write and it will take the same hex code. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide a stroke also. And this stroke is going to be of black color, but a different shade, which is going to be 25. So 252525, this is a shade of black. And the weight, basically the border weight, is going to be 4. And now the border has been applied to this frame. Let's work more on this background part. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to resources and copy this grid from here, go to desktop again and paste it inside it. And now as you can see, this has appeared over here, but I want it to cover the complete frame. So how can we do that? By using these alignment. Make sure you have selected this picture, and then in the alignment, I will make it horizontal centers and then vertical centers. So now it is at the complete center of this frame and it looks quite great. After that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce down the opacity to 10% so that it is not very much prominent in the background. Well, I guess 10 is a lot. We can make it maybe 14. Yeah, 14 is better. Now, if I start putting the element on this frame, then this picture will interfere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock it in its place. And how can you do that? You can do it from here. You can see the image is given over here. I can lock it. I can also rename it by double clicking on this name, and I can name it BG image. So BGIMG is the name. And now most part of our background is ready. Now we need to start working with the header. And a header typically contains three things. The first thing is the site name, which goes typically here, then the nav links, which goes here or maybe over here, and then a button which goes over here. So let's start working with the site name and proceed further. So let me zoom in over here, and here I'm going to take a text and write aviation. Well, this is the text, and in the typography you will find all the settings of this text. Now currently the font family is outfit and the font weight is semi-bold, which I want it to be bold. And the size is 32, which is great. But if you noticed, it is again semi-bold, even though I have changed it. So I just need to select it and then change it to bold. Then I will take one more text, drop it over here, and here I'm going to write PVT Ltd, which is a short code for the private limited. Provide a gap, select it. This will be changed to medium, and the font size is going to be 12. It is going to be really small. Put it over here, something like this. And now I need a logo for this website. So for that logo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, go to plugins, then Iconify. Iconify is the plugin which you can use to get the icons. We have it over here. And now I'm going to write fighter jet, and I'm going to select this image, basically this icon, and I will put it in the canvas, cross it, put it over here, and current size is 16 by 16, which you can also see from here, but it needs to be 32 by 32. Since this is clipped, if I increase the height, the width will also increase. Now I'm going to select this plane and then this aviation text and put them in auto layout by using this icon over here. And the gap between them is going to be 12. And now this text will be put in the auto layout with this frame in which these two exist. So select both and put it in the frame. And now the direction has changed. It is because if I select this text, the alignment of this text is left. We need to make it right. And now this is perfect. Now I will select it and you will see the current color is 00, which we don't want. We want a variant of black which is 25. So now it is more light. I will put it over here, and soon you will realize if we start putting element like this, meaning arbitrary in the position, we will miss the alignment and we will lose the uniformity in the design. So to give this design a uniform and aligned look, what we need to do is we need to select this text top, then zoom out, go over here in the layout grid, enable it, then from grid switch to columns, and in the count provide 12 or maybe 16. Yeah, 16 is better. And then in the margin you need to provide 120. And now these lines will guide us throughout the process of designing. And now I will select it and I will put it over here, something like this. And let's see what is this gap. It is 61. Let's take 60. So yeah, now it is 60. So as I said, we have three elements in the header. The first one is a site name which is completed. Now we need to work on the nav links. So for the nav links, I'm going to take a text again, drop it over here, and here I'm going to write home. Let me zoom in. So the first one is going to be home. The second one is going to be drones. The third one is going to be logistics. And the fourth one is going to be about. Now, first of all, I will select all of them and change their appearance. So currently they are very small. I need to make it large. So font size is going to be 21 with regular font weight. So currently it is medium. Let's make it regular. So yeah, now it is completely changed, and as you can see, the alignment is not very much perfect. So what we need to do is we can press this small icon over here and this will align it perfectly. Well, you might argue that this is not perfect, but what I mean by perfect is they are aligned side by side, if you can see. Now to align them absolutely at best, we need to use the alignment tool over here. Make sure you have all of them selected, and from here I'm going to make it vertically centers. So now they are at the vertical centers, and now the spacing between them is -3. And let me put them in auto layout, and the gap between them is going to be 70. 70 is lot, so let's take 60. Yeah, 60 is better. And now in the padding, what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide 8 in the horizontal and 8 in the vertical as well. Now you can say that I cannot see the padding. It is because I don't have anything surrounding to this auto layout, neither the border nor the color. So let's provide a stroke, which is basically a border, and this is going to be of 20% opacity. Now I will select this home and provide it a separate auto layout. The padding for this one is going to be 10 in the horizontal and 4 in the vertical. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide a fill color to this, which is going to be 25. And then I will select the inside text because it is not visible. We need to change the color, and this is going to be white. Let's see. So now as you can see, our nav links are looking quite great, and we can take them and place over here, something like this. But let me see. The color is 00. We don't want that. We want 25. Yeah, this is done. Now I will take one more text because the third element is the button. And here I'm going to write contact. Select it. The font size is going to be 21, but it is going to be medium, and provide an auto layout. The padding in the horizontal is given 10. We need 12, and in the vertical it is going to be 12 as well. Fill it with the 2.5 black variant, and then we need to change the color of this text so that it is visible. So FF. Yeah, now it is perfect. We can place it over here. We can select both of them. The gap is 22. We need to make it 32 so that they look distinctive. And now I will put them in auto layout. So this is great. And now I will select all the 2, and then I will put them in auto layout once again. And then I will put them in the middle. So now they are in the middle, and the gap between them is set to auto. It means it depends upon the width, and this is currently space between. So the current width is 1337, which we don't want. I want 1320. So now the gap between them will auto adjust because it is auto. And now I will select this header and then put it in the middle by using this alignment. So yeah, now they are in the alignment, and I will also select it and put it a bit up. Adjust some alignment. Yeah, this is great. Let me remove this layout grid and understand how it looks. So yeah, this is looking quite great, but if you notice, this background lines are interfering with the lines of this nav bar. So we need to select this PG image from here, and then I will provide an opacity of 10% again. So yeah, now it is better, and now we can work on the other part of this design. So let's start the other part by putting the image over here, but first let's re-enable the layout grid. This is done, and let's go to resources, pick this image and this image, copy it, then go to desktop and paste it. I will put it over here, this will go over here, and firstly we need a frame. So I have selected the frame over here, and I will put it and then make the size adjustments. So the current size is 281 by 281. I will clip it and make it 500 by 500. I will align this with the line, basically with this red rectangle, and let's check what is this gap. So currently it is 262. I want 232. Let's see. So 212. Yeah, 232, which is great. And then I will provide a stroke so that we can see this frame. And this stroke is going to be of weight 4, and the color is going to be 25, and we also need to put the gradient. So now the top one is dark black and the other one is grayish. We need to make this 0, and let me give 25 here as well. And now as you can see, this effect has been created over here. And now I will select this picture. Basically I will cut it from here, select this frame and paste it inside this. Now it is not completely aligned, so use this alignment tool from the horizontal and from the vertical. Now it is completely aligned, but the impact of this picture is very much. So I'm going to select this picture, which you can see from here. I have selected the picture and reduce down the opacity to 40% from here. And now I will select this drone picture and put it inside this. And as you can see, this is not currently inside this frame, so I will pick it from here and put it inside it. But I want these fins to come out of this frame, so I will select this frame once again and make it unclip content. So now it is clip content, and when I click on it, the fins will come out. So yeah, this is great. And let me see. As you can see, we need to make some adjustments because the picture is going out. So for that, first of all, we need to select the frame, and in the stroke, for the position, instead of inside, we need to make it outside. After that, we will select this picture, which was the background of the sky, and make it a bit small so that it fits perfectly. Adjust from all the sides. So yeah, this is great. And let me see. From here, 1 pixel. Well, these are the things that you need to keep in mind. You have to be pixel perfect with the design. And put it over here. Yeah, I guess this is perfect now. Let's see. Let's remove the layout grid and see how it looks. So yeah, now it is looking perfect, and we can utilize this for the further designing process. And let's select the desktop again and re-enable it. And now let's start working with the hero text. So zoom in over here and take a text, and here I'm going to write protect the sky, comma, protect the land. And then I'm going to change the font size, which is going to be 64. And the font family is also going to be changed, which is going to be doc. So is doc web. This is our font family. And then I will put it over here by aligning the upper line with this frame. So now this is done. Let's see. Yeah, it looks good. And then I will take a rectangle and drop it over here, something like this, and put it in the back. Change the color to 5, which is a variant of black, and then I will select this land and dot and make it white. Let's see. Yeah, this is great, but we can reduce down some of the height of the rectangle. So here is our rectangle. We will reduce down some of the height, put it a bit down, and let's see. Yeah, this is looking quite great. And now we need description text over here. For that, I will go to our website. So open a new tab and type loremipsum.io. From here, select this much of the text, copy it, go to design, take a text, drop it and paste it. Select it, change the font family to outfit, font size to 20, and font weight to regular. The color is going to be absolute black, but with the opacity of 60%. Select it and put it over here, something like this, and reduce down this width. Yeah, this is good, and we need to remove this extra word. And let's see. Yeah, this is looking quite great. And now we need a button over here. So for that button, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be lazy and I'm going to copy this button, which is the contact button, copy paste it, and I will place it over here with the alignment of this red bar. Let me zoom in. We need to make some adjustments. For that adjustments, what I'm going to do is for the horizontal padding, it is going to be 22. For the vertical padding, it is going to be 12. And this is going to be browse with a dot. And yeah, this is good. We can put it a bit up. And here we need a disclaimer text. So for that, take a text, drop it over here, put an asterisk, and here I'm going to write, we only deal with the government authorized organizations. Now select it. The font size is going to be small, which is going to be 14 with regular font weight. And let me select it and put it over here so that we can see it better. Yeah, the alignment is perfect. And we need to change the opacity. So it is going to be 40. The color of this text is still very much black. So let's make it to 5. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, so far the design is looking quite great. And now we need to work on the next part, which is a kind of a decoration part. So for that, let me zoom in over here. Take a frame, drop it over here, fill it with a color. Let's take red. Color doesn't matter over here. Now I will change the width first, which is going to be 228. The height is going to be 152. And we need to align the bottom of this frame with the bottom of this frame. So this will go over here. Something like this. So yeah, now it is completely aligned. And also let's see if it is aligned from here. 1 pixel away. So yeah, now correct. And now we need to put the picture inside it. So for that, I'm going to close this desktop, go to resources again, copy this image, go to desktop again, and inside this frame I'm going to paste it. Then make the size small, put it in the middle, and now this is looking quite great. But we need an icon inside it, so let's go to plugins in the Iconify, search for play, because this is going to be the video section. Copy this button, place it over here, and we also need a chevron right. It is basically a right arrow, and let's pick this one, put it over here. Let us first select this one, put it inside this, change the dimension to 64 by 64, make sure it is in the middle by using this alignment tool, and currently it is black, which will not be very much visible, so let's make it white, and let's see. So yeah, this is looking quite great, but we can provide something like a layer blur to this image. So I have selected this image, and then in the layer blur I'm going to provide it a value of 12. Well, 12 is a lot, the picture is not visible, we need to make it 4. 4 is good, but I think 2 will be great. Yeah, 2 is great. Now let's zoom in over here and design a button so that user can move on to the next video. So for that, again I'm going to take a frame, drop it over here, and fill it with the primary color, which is 25. The width for this one is going to be 34, and the height is going to be 152, same as the video tile. Put it over here toward a bit right, and now I will select this icon which we imported from Iconify, put it inside this frame, and let's see what the dimension is going to be. So currently it is 24. Let me increase it, not this much, maybe 38. Put it in the middle and change the color to white so that we can see it. So yeah, as you can see, this is looking quite great. And now we need a text over here. So for that text, let's again zoom in over here, take a text and write 20k plus, select it, change the font size to 78. Semi bold is not going to be there, it is going to be medium, and align it over here something like this. So yeah, the top of this font is going to be aligned with the top of this frame. And now make a copy of it, and here I'm going to write drones sold in, select it, change the font size to 30. Medium is good, but this is going to be of 60% opacity. Put it over here. Now make the copy of this text once again, and here I'm going to write 2025. Select it. The font size this time is going to be 80, and from the medium it is going to be semi bold, but with the opacity of 30%. Now I will select all of them and make sure it is left aligned by using this alignment tool. So yeah, this is great. And now if you see, this 2025 will break the uniformity from here because all these are aligned in one line. So we need to hide it and show it in such a way that it looks great. So first of all, what we can do is we can select all of them and put it a bit up. Yeah, this is great. And now I will take a rectangle, drop it over here and pull it something like this. Then I will make it white, and now this part of this text will be hidden and only this part will be visible, which will not break the alignment. So now so far this is looking quite great, and what we can do is, let me zoom in first, and now we can provide some information about the partners of the company. So I will take a frame once again, drop it over here and fill it with the primary color, which is 25, and for the width it is going to be 1168. Put it in the middle and let me align it perfectly. So now the new width is 1200, and for the height it is going to be 190, and this will be put at the very bottom of this frame. So for that, in the alignment, I'm going to align it at the bottom. So now it is at the bottom. Let me select it, zoom in over here, take a text, and here I'm going to write our. Select the text, change the font size to 74, make a copy of it, and here I'm going to write partners. Select both of them. The gap is -128. Let me increase it. So why is it increasing in the horizontal direction? Well, let me see. Let me put it over here and then over here. Select both and put them in the middle. And now the opacity of them is going to be 20%. Yeah, 20% is good, but we can reduce down it to 10%. Let's see. Yeah, 10% is perfect. Now let me select it, since we don't need this layout grid and it is interfering with the looks of the website. Let me hide it now. And this is great. Now we can see there is a large gap between the hour and the partners. So let me reduce it down. Make some adjustments. Yeah, this is great. And now we will go to the resources once again, and I will copy this frame. Make sure this frame contains 3 items. So I will copy it. Go to desktop again, and in this frame I'm going to paste it. Put it over here, something like this. Now since these black logos will not be visible, so let me make them white and then provide some opacity of 20%, and now it is fairly visible. And now the only thing that is left is we need to work with the background. So let's enhance the view. Let me again go to the resources, take this picture, copy it, go to desktop and paste it. Put it over here, something like this. Yeah, and now I will provide a rotation angle of 5 to this picture and put it a bit over here. Send it to back, and the fill color is going to be, let's say, 60%. And in the effects, I'm going to provide layer blur of 12% or 12 pixels. So now you can see the shadow of this drone. Let me select it and lock it. So yeah, this is great. Now I will click on the canvas and then go to show hide UI. This will hide the UI of Figma. And then I will use the F11 key on my keyboard, make it full, and let me enlarge it. So yeah, now as you can see, we have beautifully created this website together. And if you also have done this in your Figma, consider sending it to our Telegram group. Well, what is the benefit of that? When you send your design to our Telegram group, the designer community will help you to understand what is wrong in your design and how can you improve that. So make sure you do it. We will meet in the next one.